we're actually recording already.
It is.
Damn.
I see the red light. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Betamax. My name is Fidel, and joining me, as always, is...
Shut up, Fidel!
Eddie and Mia.
What's up?
The newest member of Betamax.
Birdie's dead.
Birdie's out of here.
He's never coming back.
I wish.
Thank God.
So what do you guys want to talk about?
I thought you had an agenda. I thought there was a thing.
No, I don't plan anything out.
Ooh, small business owner.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. It's cool.
No, I want to get into, like, do you remember how me and you met? Because I don't.
No. I mean, obviously at Norte Vista. I don't remember, like, a specific meeting. I just remember always knowing you.
Yeah, like, that's kind of how it is for me, too. Like, I just remember seeing you at Del Taco when we would all hang out.
Yeah. Evan might have been the
Maybe.
link.
Maybe.
Probably.
Because are we close enough in age where we would have went to Wells together?
No.
No, huh? No. But how did I see you at Del Taco then? Because I only went my sophomore year. Because junior year, I didn't really... Unless I'm misremembering.
Well, what year?
Because I left Novi...
Did you or would you have graduated?
06.
So then, yeah, you're 2 years older than me. I don't know.
It was a popular Del Taco, dude.
I mean, we went there every day after school.
Yeah.
Like, I would go with Evan. I remember this one time we were fucking walking home from school and it was like pouring rain. And Evan like pushed me into a puddle and you guys were just like cracking up. It was the three of us, like walking to Del Taco from Novi. So we went together. I don't know.
Oh, you were with us when he walked home in the rain in his underwear, right? Mm-hmm. And like the leopard underwear or something. I think he said you got him those.
Maybe. I have like a very cloudy, like random memories of that time in my life. I don't know. It was probably Prozac induced.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember like do you remember when what was that guy's name? Was his name Freddie with the dreads and he threw the tampon with hot sauce in Del Taco and got us banned and then we had to go to the other taco place across the street?
It was Freddie.
It was Freddie. Freddie. He put ketchup or hot sauce on a tampon and flung it at the wall, and then they kicked us out of Del Taco. And then I can't remember what that other place was called across the street, but we went there once and we were just like all depressed and the food was like shitty. And then we had to stay out of Del Taco for a little while. Yeah.
Because we also talked about that with Evan when he was on, because there was another similar incident with Omar with the maxi pad and a bean and cheese burrito. How do you know Eddie? Do you remember meeting Eddie?
No, I mean...
I think it's the same thing.
Novi, like just...
Really? You remember going to school with him?
Yeah, with he would hang out with like Brandon and fucking Travis and all those little boys.
It was just like mutual friends.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I don't remember like a specific moment either.
Was I still going to Novi when Eddie started going?
No.
No, huh?
But yeah, it's same thing. I don't remember.
That's crazy.
Same thing. I don't like. I have really cloudy memory from that time too. Yeah.
I have like some random, like very vivid memories of like a specific time, but like I don't even remember most of high school.
Because I remember also when I started going to Alvord, seeing you sometimes. Yeah. But I don't think you were actually going to Alvord.
That was when I was getting expelled, and they sent me there as like a kind of like a middle thing while my expulsion was going through or whatever, and then once I got fully expelled, then I had to go to like community school.
What did you get expelled for? If you don't mind me asking, because I have no idea. I don't know about this. If you don't want to talk about it, that's okay. Fine.
So I was like dating this fucking like little stoner weed dealer guy, and then we were hanging out with this guy who, like, I don't know if he sold coke or he just had coke or whatever. So like I had tried coke a couple times, and then we were ditching school, and we ended up getting caught, and I had cocaine on me.
Cocaine?
And it was a whole, it was a thing. It was a whole thing, and then I got expelled, and then I got charged with a felony, and then the whole
shit!
But my record got cleaned or wiped or whatever when I turned 18. So
expunged.
Yeah, so nobody will know. Well, they'll know now.
No, it's on record. Breaking news,
I remember
folks.
my niece, like, they didn't tell her for a long time because they felt like she was too young, and then finally my brother told her, and she was, like, freaking out.
I had no idea.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so while they were expelling, but, like, they didn't want to expel me because I had good grades, and I played softball, and I was, like, in ASB. I was actually the vice president of, like, class of 2008 at the time.
Shit. Damn.
So they were like, well, she's like a good student, but we have to expel her because that's not allowed. So they expelled me for like the remainder, I believe it was my sophomore year, and then they let me come back my junior year.
When did you start doing like beauty school stuff?
Like actually
Like
going to school?
Yeah,
or?
like what got you interested in doing that?
Oh, I don't know. I've always done it. Like I used to cut everybody's hair, Evan's hair, like other people's hair, dye my own hair. But as far as like cosmetology school, I didn't start till I was 20.
Because I remember you were going to that place. I don't know if it was a school right there on McKinley.
Yeah, that's where I went to cosmetology school.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I think, didn't I run into you when I was working on Taco Bell?
I think so, yeah.
Because it was right there.
Mm-hmm. That was, it's not even there anymore. We actually drove by it the other day. It's some kind of like medical place, but they moved it to off of Ontario in Corona.
Yeah. How was your experience there?
It was cool. It was super easy. Just fucking dumb. Like, just I had to go through it to get my license, and they pretty much teach you like the bare minimum. You're lucky if you get like a good teacher who actually knows something, which I did. Like, I had a really good teacher and learned stuff from her, but most of it is just like basic book shit. Pass the test, get your license, and then you learn everything once you start working. Yeah.
Was that time period where you had that party at your house? You know what I'm talking about?
The one that I don't remember.
Yeah.
Wasted.
Was that time period?
No, that might have been a little bit before cosmetology school. Well, there was a couple random parties that I had at my house, but
because that one I specifically remember you when you were telling me about the party. You said a lot of your friends from school were gonna be there.
Yeah, it was. It was. Was it a birthday party for somebody?
I have no idea.
I think it was a birthday party for a girl that I was in school with at the time. Yeah, I don't remember.
When you just got shit faced or what?
Yeah, everybody did though. It was just like a giant blowout party.
But I remember getting there and you were already like you were done already. And I was like, I remember not necessarily knowing a lot of people because it was like mostly your friends from school and stuff. And I had like text. I think I showed up with Evan.
You text everyone in your fucking phone and invited them, and
yeah. And there's that like that popular picture that I have of me wearing goggles, and then like it looks like I'm yelling at Jacob.
Oh yeah.
And then Jose's next to me, and Val's next to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the one where fucking Javen stole a case of water out of my garage as he was leaving.
What the fuck?
Damn, man, the struggle was real.
Yeah.
That was a cool party, though.
Yeah.
So you don't have any memory of that party?
Like very little bits and pieces. Yeah.
Damn. Mm-hmm. You weren't there?
No, not for that.
Were you hanging out yet at that time? I don't think so.
That was
You
pretty.
Well, I mean, Val was there. Josiah was there.
I think that's when I first started like coming around you.
Oh yeah, because you didn't experience.
I didn't know you didn't like the
Fidel.
Locust at that time.
Yeah.
Party Fidel.
Party Fidel.
was fun.
Do you have any memories of me of Party Fidel?
Like the parties that you used to have at that one apartment on, what was it, Lemon? Those were fun. Like
Those were crazy. Do you remember when the cops showed up and I think it was Krusty Chris was trying to come back inside? And I was like, dude, get out of here. The fucking cops are here. Yeah. And then somebody like shit themselves on the.
Oh my God.
Like they had passed out by the air conditioner, and we went to like move them to wake them up, and they
smelled.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
But I remember the cops showed up because somebody had called the cops, one of the neighbors, saying that there was a girl getting assaulted outside. But it was Chris, it was Krusty Chris, trying to pick his girlfriend up because she was blackout drunk. And like while he was trying to pick her up to like take her home, she was just like, oh, no, leave me here, whatever. But like somebody called the cops because of that, and so.
Well, I mean that could look like an assault.
Yeah, like I understand, but it was crazy because as he was trying to come back inside, and I was telling him no to leave, that's when I remember seeing the cops walking up, and they're like, "Keep that door open," and then I remember them asking like I need to make sure everybody's okay, and then there was like. I think there was like coke or like weed all over the coffee table.
Just worst case scenario.
Yeah, and I was sweating bullets.
Who was all living there at the time? It was you and Amber and...
It was, I think Faith and Julio had just moved out.
Was it that guy Ace?
Ace and I can't remember the other guy's name.
That was like the time that I was hanging out with that guy Isaac a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I remember just like him being there at your house a lot too at that time.
Were you there for Frank's birthday party?
Yeah.
Did you know that I knocked him out at that party?
I don't remember.
If he's listening, this is probably gonna be the first time him hearing that, unless he remembers and we've never said anything about it. But he was insanely drunk, and I was getting irritated because I wanted to go to sleep already, and so I just went upstairs to go to sleep, and everybody was still partying downstairs because you couldn't hear shit from upstairs. But I remember just wanting to go to sleep, and then I guess Amber noticed that I was irritated, so she came upstairs and she was like trying to talk to me, and I was like, I just want to go to sleep. And then she's like, no, like come back down, whatever. And I was like, I'm just gonna go home because I wasn't living there yet. So I was like, I'm just gonna go home. And I remember she's like, no, like I'll go with you. And then Frank was acting crazy downstairs, so they were trying to get him to go to sleep. So I was like, let's just take him up to the room, and then like Amber and me will go back to my house, and he could sleep in the room. And I remember we get him up to the room, and he kept trying to like get up and like, no, I want to go back. And then like I was getting so irritated, and then Amber just fucking punched the shit out of him, like in the face. And I looked at her, I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm trying to knock him out so he can just go to sleep. And then he's like, what the fuck? And he gets up and he's like trying to come at her.
Understandably.
Yeah, and I told her to leave. Like I was like, get out. And like I grab him and he's trying to like get past me, and he starts elbowing me in the head because I'm holding him.
Yeah.
So I just lift him up and I slam him on the ground and out. He's just out.
That's tight, dude.
And then I go running downstairs, and I remember Faith on the couch. She's all like, what's going on? Is everything okay? And I was like, where's Amber? So she just ran out crying. Like, what happened? What's going on? I was like, go make sure Frank's okay. He's knocked out.
Literally.
That sounds so fucking annoying, dude.
I hope he's listening. That'll be tight. I'm sorry, Frank, if you're listening. I still love you. But yeah, those parties were crazy at that house.
That was fun.
Do you remember any other ones at that house, or just in particular from my party days?
I remember then that other apartment that you guys had where Wayne and Yessie were living, and then when George was fucking living with you guys. Yeah, a couple there. I remember me and Amber making a Super Mario cake.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, you guys didn't you make a Lakers one for Jose?
For Jose, yeah, for your guys' birthday.
Yeah. That was for our 24th birthday.
That's wild. So then I was 22, yeah.
That was 11 years ago.
That's great. I remember the cakes too.
Yeah. Were you at that party?
I think so. Well, I had to be if I saw the cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody
somebody
cared.
posted
Nobody
them.
cared about Eddie back then.
Still.
Yeah, same.
So going back to your cosmetology stuff, I don't know.
So you like
I don't
stuff?
give a shit.
No, what made you? Okay, I don't know.
Hold on. There's a piece of hair like hanging down your forehead is bothering me. Okay. All right.
So
No, put the headphones like a headband. Push your hair back. There you go.
Still.
No, it's better. It's better.
whatever. So there was a time that me and you stopped talking.
Oh yeah, there was.
Yeah,
Damn.
Indeed, there was.
there was.
Whoa.
I had pondered whether or not we would discuss this.
So
Damn, you guys are beefing?
I'll tell you my version.
go
of
ahead.
it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what year do you think that was? It had to have been when I was about 22, so around 11,
Well,
when
it
George was
when-
living with you guys.
Well, it was when I was with Amber.
Yeah, so I was working at Supercuts at the time. I had just like got the job, like I think I worked there for like 3 months, so it was pretty recent. I was like desperate for a job, wasn't making any money. Finally, I got this like a decent hourly job. It wasn't like where I wanted to be, whatever, but and I remember even at the time, like Amber dropped me off at work a couple times. Me and her had like gotten pretty close and stuff, and then George was living with you guys, the guy that I was dating at the time. So I was over all the time, and I got close with my boss that I had at the time, and she was like stealing from the Supercuts, like stealing money in like a slick kind of way. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you can do this, whatever." So I also started stealing from the Supercuts.
Hell yeah.
And you know, like we were like making good money plus stealing. She made me a manager like within a month of working there. And she was kind of like a spooky person too. And we were like really cool. Her name was Jen Mason. I'm calling you out, bitch. I haven't heard from her since then. But anyways, another girl like caught on. And so that Jen girl ended up firing me. So I was like super upset. I go back to your guys' apartment and I was like upstairs crying and stuff. Like just fucking devastated. Because I'm like, this bitch fucking fired me with a straight face, like knowing she was doing the same thing. I'm like, whatever, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So she saved her own ass and stuff. And I'm like devastated up there crying. And like Amber came up and was trying to cheer me up. Just like making little jokes and, you know, and I just was like not in the fucking mood. And she's just like, kind of like honestly, it was bugging me. And she's like, I was like, you know what would make me happy right now is if you just leave me alone. And she like, her face just kind of like, was like in shock, and she stood up and she walked out. And then I don't know what she went and told you or what you guys talked about after that, but then I remember like you telling me later on, like maybe the next day, like, I can't be your friend, like you're too negative of a person and blah 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 and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, bitch, you are the most fucking negative person I've ever fucking met. Like, but whatever, like it was what it was. And so then George moved out and then we stopped talking for a while.
So my memory, I had no idea that happened between you and her. Like my memory of it is I remember you had told me something about like you had some, like an argument or something with Amber, and I was at work. I remember being at work when you had texted me that, and then I think it was getting close to your birthday or something. We were gonna hang out or something, and then you said, I would really appreciate if you don't bring her because like I'm not getting along with her right now. So like I just want to hang out with you. Yeah. And that got me. I remember that got me mad. So that's when I text you that, and then we stopped like that. We stopped talking because of me. Yeah. And then we weren't talking for a while. And then I remember after Amber and I had broken up, you reached out to me. And that's when I had told you about like, oh, like I don't, like I feel like you're too negative, whatever. So then like that was it. And then, cause at that time I was trying to be like, I gotta be positive. I gotta be surrounded by nothing but positivity.
Toxic positivity.
Yeah, basically. So that's why I was like, I gotta cut out all the negative shit, like everything. And then
and also you were trying to continue to get pussy.
Yeah.
So that's probably a big part of it.
But yeah, and then I remember wanting to reach out again, but I was just like, nah, like she already tried. She probably thinks I'm a fucking asshole, whatever. But then like the reason I reached out again was because of Junior. Yeah. That's when like I reached out again, and then we just basically felt like it picked up like where we left off. Yeah, because then I remember you coming in for your haircuts and stuff, and then we started like actually hanging out again too. Yeah.
Damn,
yeah,
but
that
was
long? It was like years, 2, 3 years, 4 years, more than that.
Can that happen again?
Maybe, hopefully.
Hopefully. Nah, I don't care about being positive anymore.
But that was like the argument or whatever that we had, and that she got mad at me was because I told her like, what would make me happy is if you leave me alone right now. And honestly, like that I don't know, like me not having a filter or whatever you want to fucking call it, just being a blunt person, or like some people think that it's mean or rude, but like if I'm feeling a certain way, and like I'll try and sugarcoat it or be nice at first, but if somebody just keeps kind of like bugging me or coming at me, I'm gonna say leave me the fuck alone right now, you know. And some people can't handle it, I guess, and it just it's ruined like several friendships throughout my life. But it's like the people who know me, I guess, just understand, like, okay, let me leave her alone for a little bit, and then in an hour she'll be fine. Like, I don't know.
I mean, that's how people should look at it, though.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd just be like, all right, like, give them their space. Whenever, it'll be obvious when they want to come and vent or whatever, or need advice or whatever it is. Yeah. Okay,
I do feel like I need to, like, call myself out on the whole letting my relationship with my significant other kind of influence my decision with my friends, like who I'm going to be friends with.
Everybody does it, though.
But like I had told myself, like, I'm not going to do that. And then it happened with you, and it also happened with Cisco. with like me and Yaris, and because Yaris ended up not really liking Cisco, and it kind of hindered my friendship with him for a while, even though we were living with him. Yeah. And I've talked to him about it, you know. So like, hopefully I'm not like that now. Yeah. Which I don't think I am.
So. No, you are.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I just wanted to call myself out on that.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
Accountability.
Like that.
What was Accountability King?
That's right, dude.
AK. I like it.
So how long were you
proud of you.
Thank you. How long were you at Supercuts?
I think it was like 3 months. It
really?
was not that long.
Not that long?
But within that period of time, me and that girl were like going to Disneyland together, going to all these like spooky events and like haunted houses and just
she
like
fired you.
Yeah. And, like one day to the next, like I was like, you.
What's her? She's on site.
I've honestly I've looked for her because I want to see I know she's
at
still.
now?
So I had also gotten another girl hired there who I went to high school with. I don't know if you remember. Her name was Kim Chavez. Like I'm just calling people out. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, she was like, I think she had like red hair at one point or something. I don't know, but she got hired. I got her hired there. Actually, and then she knew what was like all going on, so I told her like after they fired me, I'm like, dude, like, because I called corporate and everything, like telling them what was up, telling her like ratting that other bitch out, like I don't give a fuck, you fired me, I'm gonna rat you out now. And Kim's like, yeah, I don't want to get involved, it could put my job at stake, and I'm like, you fucking bitch. But whatever. So I haven't. She still works at Supercuts though. I know that for a fact because I saw her the other day at Baker's. Mm-hmm. Right next to Supercuts, right there, and I'm like, and she had an apron on. I'm like, wow, she made that a career. She
That's
really
what's up.
did.
That's what's up.
Good for her.
She's on hair wash manager.
Fucking nightmare. Yeah. It's not the best.
It's like the Walmart of barbershops or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I know. Me and like a couple coworkers joke about like getting budget haircuts either at Fantastic Sam's or Supercuts. But like, nah, I don't want to get like a neck rash.
But honestly, though, like their prices when I worked there, it was like $16 for a haircut. But if you wanted a shampoo, it was another, I don't know, fucking 10. And then if you wanted it blow dried, it was another 15. So it ended up being like a $60-ish haircut by the time you're done. Yeah. Which is, you know, what back then what a lot of people were charging. Like now I charge like $75 for a regular haircut. So.
What'd you do after Supercuts?
Did you ever have like a basic job?
I don't even remember.
That wasn't.
The only other job I've had besides doing hair was my mom, because she worked at Vaughn's for like a million years. She got me hired at the Starbucks inside of the Riverside Plaza Vaughn's, and I worked there for about 3 months. That? It sucked. It was like you had to be up super early. So they like you had to be there at like 4. I think they opened at 5 or something, and. Learning the drinks and stuff, that's all cool. And honestly, I still remember like a lot of the drink recipes and like what goes into it. But it took a while and they didn't really have like cheat sheets like kind of available. And they just pretty much like...
They don't do like the flashcard thing where you had to memorize it?
Kind of, but they trained me, quote unquote, and then they just like threw me out there a week later by myself. And I was like, like, what do I do? So, like, there was times where I would be, like, kind of slow. People would get pissed off. And I'm like, I just fucking started here. Like, and they just threw me out here. So if I was working with somebody else, it was cool. But when I was alone, it sucked. And then also, like, I just have anxiety. So I'm like, oh, God, I'm, like, going too slow. The line's building up. I'm, like, freaking out. And then I got in trouble one time because somebody wrote a check to pay for their coffee. And they wrote the check out to Vaughn's, which I was like, okay, this is Vaughn's. I don't fucking know. Like, nobody told me how to do this. And the manager's like, oh, oh, no, they wrote it to Starbucks. Sorry. Oh. And it was inside of Vaughn's. So she should have written it to Vaughn's. And I got in trouble for that. I'm like, how the fuck was I supposed to know? Like, nobody told me anything about that. So I ended up quitting.
For that incident?
After, like, 3 months, yeah. Well, like, it was shortly after that incident. I can't be told what to do is the thing. I can't. That's why I work for myself. I can't have somebody telling me what to do, especially if I know that I'm smarter than they are. Yeah. And it's like some fucking dumbass person. I can't take orders from people. I remember he was like this bald. His name was Paul, and he was bald, and I would call him Bald Paul. But, yeah, he like reprimanded me for taking the check written out to Starbucks. And it's like, fuck
take the $6 out of my fucking check,
really.
dude.
But who pays for like who pays with checks?
Literally, it was like an older lady. Just old ladies, I guess.
Do you think people still use checks to pay like at grocery stores and stuff like that?
I think just old people.
Really?
Like really old
I fucking
people.
hate writing checks.
Yeah, I have to look it up every time I have to write a
Really?
check.
How do I do this?
I have to look at the previous check I wrote, like the
the little print,
the carbon print, yeah. And the only reason I write checks is for my landlord for the rent.
Damn.
That's literally the only reason I write checks.
Yeah, I used to have to write a check out like to the like when I had to renew my cosmetology license, but now I can just do it online. So yeah, I don't remember the last time I wrote an actual check.
And you can't Venmo her or what?
She's an older lady, dude.
Of course.
Like, oh, can I Venmo you? It'd probably be like, what is that?
Who's that?
So what was your next hair job after Supercuts?
I think that's when I started assisting for this hairstylist. He owned the salon. His name was Max, and it was right there on 9th Street by Crooks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, salon 3778. And he was really cool. He kind of was, he knew, he's like around my mom's age or something like that, and he kind of grew up in the area. Like his family owned a restaurant in downtown, and they just, he's just been there forever. So I learned a lot from him. I really learned a lot from him at that job. But I was doing everything from he would let me take his car. He had a cool car. I would like go get his lunch, go get his breakfast, shampoo his clients, blow dry his clients, put their color on. Like I did pretty much everything. He just cut and like did highlights.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and got all the money. And paid me $9 an hour at the time, which was I think minimum wage was like $8 an hour at the time.
Yeah.
So, and I was getting paid under the table, so he would just give me cash. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And that little salon is really cool. And I think it's like empty now. He moved, one of his girls who worked for him there opened her own salon. So now he works there. And I was looking on LoopNet. Have you been on LoopNet before?
No.
It's like Zillow or whatever, but for commercial retail buildings and stuff. And I saw that it was up for lease. I thought it would be cool, but I don't want to have other people working with me.
Yeah.
If I did have anyone else work with me, I would want it to be somebody who doesn't do hair, like maybe like an eyelash person or a facial person.
Yeah. Eddie does facials.
Eddie gets facials too.
That's how I learned how to do them.
I airdropped the photos from your phone to my phone. Do you remember your first blowjob?
My first blowjob.
Yes or no? Do you remember it?
No. That's weird. I should.
Do you remember your first blowjob?
I do.
How long did it take for the guy to come?
Not that long.
It only took me like, what, 3 minutes, dude?
That was a Sopranos joke. I was just wanting to say it.
There's one line from The Sopranos that always makes me laugh. And it's when Tony...
I already know what you're going to say, yeah.
It's when Tony and AJ are in the car and they're like talking to a prostitute. And then like she's cussing up a storm.
Your father's dick.
Yeah.
You blow
He's
your
like,
father
whoa,
with that
whoa, whoa. You blow your father with that mouth?
And AJ's like, so that's a crack whore.
Yeah. Well, so you like love The Sopranos, huh?
I do love The Sopranos.
How many times have you seen it?
I don't know.
Is that like your comfort show?
Yeah.
If one had to cease to exist, which one would you choose? Sopranos or The Office?
Ooh.
One has to go. Which one's going?
Probably The Office.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Only because The Sopranos is also hilarious.
Yeah.
But then you get the drama, you get the emotion, you get the crazy, like, just the acting is insane.
Yeah.
So I feel like it covers all the bases of a TV show.
Who do you hate the most on The Sopranos? What character?
Who do I hate the most?
Have you watched The Sopranos, haven't you?
Yeah. I haven't seen the whole thing, though.
I mean, I really don't like Carmela or
Really?
Meadow as people. Like, if they were real people, I don't think I would like them.
I don't know why, but Janet gets on my nerves.
Janice?
Janice,
The
there we
sister?
go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I feel like she, honestly, like, her and AJ are the ones that I relate to the most.
Really?
Yeah. If I had to, like, in real life, like, AJ... Really, it's AJ, I feel like, for me. Like,
AJ's tight.
I'm the youngest, the little, my parents didn't, I guess, like, discipline me at all, and the whole new metal, and...
That's tight.
Yeah, getting in trouble at school, and playing the drums. Like, there's a lot of AJ parallels in my life. I guess just like kind of entitled. I don't think I'm that bad because we weren't that rich, but if I was rich, I definitely would super be entitled.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Can I have some money?
I said if I was rich. Yeah. And then Janice, like, I just feel like, the way she manipulates people. She just knows how to play people, her brother, her family, like, but like at the end of the day, Tony would do anything for her, even though he says he fucking hates her. Like, yeah. But I would be sad if The Office didn't exist too.
As much as I love The Office, every time I rewatch it, I cannot stand Andy.
Yeah, Andy's towards the end. I hated him.
Like, it gets worse every time I watch it.
I don't like Nellie. I feel like she was kind of pointless. I didn't like her character. I love Robert California. Like, if we're talking about later seasons of The Office.
People hate on him.
I fucking love him. I love James Spader.
Yeah, James Spader is fucking sick. Did you ever get into The Office like that?
No.
Nobody cares. Shut up.
No.
So what do you watch then, Eddie? What do you binge?
Good stuff.
Yeah?
Like what?
Porn.
Oh, yeah.
Office parody porn.
What is your most searched porn category?
Jesus. I don't know, dude.
Do you
We
search?
talked about this. No, I just kind of Russian roulette that shit.
That's...
Because like
Ballsy.
when I watch, like I don't search anything. I'm
You
a
search
home
stuff?
I'm a homepage.
You
Like
just go straight off the homepage?
I just like this one looks cool.
Well, I don't like white people. I don't want to see that shit. Like, I at least go to the like ethnic categories of people.
I just homepage
I
it.
also don't like watching dudes a lot. Like, I would rather watch lesbians.
Yeah.
Like penis balls. Like I don't want to see that shot where it's underneath and the balls are just there.
That's
like,
hilarious
so
to me.
Gross.
That is pretty.
That is hilarious to me.
It's so gross.
That makes me laugh when that happens.
When you come and it just cuts to that shot as you come.
That's when I start laughing. So then you ended up opening your own. You ended up getting a partner.
Yeah.
At one point.
I did. Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, okay. So then after I was assisting, I ended up. Fuck. I'm trying to think of the timeline. I don't know. At some point, I started working at the salon at Ulta.
Yeah.
And I was there for like 4 years, but that's where I met that girl, Michelle, which you knew Michelle.
Yeah.
And I didn't like her at first, but then we ended up becoming friends, and we went through like several manager changes at the salon, and then we got this manager that neither of us really got along with, so we ended up quitting and opening up our own little studio, which we were there for a little over 2 years, I believe. Yeah. Which you went to that place before. That was cool while it lasted. Yeah, and then she got us kicked out. How many bitches have I called out today? Michelle Vega, you got us fucking kicked out.
Do you want to talk about it or just move on?
Yeah, no, we can talk about it. She was like, just kind of like petty drama, and like, there was a whole Mean Girls thing, and she made enemies with the girl who was the like site manager of that facility. It was like a Phoenix Salon Suites, and and she ended up getting in some kind of beef with her, and that girl told the owner and got us kicked out. So yeah,
that sucks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then, have you spoken with her?
Nope, I have not.
No.
Yeah, and that was in 2018, so it's been like 5 years now.
Yeah, we gotta look up all these girls and just bring them on this podcast.
Send them this episode.
Am I the problem? No, everyone
absolutely
else sucks.
Not. Everyone else sucks.
No, really though, they do. They do. So then I ended up like we kind of were still okay even after we got kicked out. She didn't really take accountability. She was the reason that we got kicked out. She didn't contact the landlord. She didn't apologize. She didn't try to get us more time. Nothing. She was just kind of like, oh well, there's these little like live work loft apartments at Dos Lagos. Like we can move in there and blah blah blah. And like I didn't have any like plans to move out or anything. Like I wasn't prepared for that like mentally or financially or anything. She's like, well, my dad can help us. And I'm like, well, I don't want to fucking take money from your dad. Like, I don't want to take money from anybody if I don't have to. Like, I had taken out a loan when we opened up that studio to, you know, furnish it and all that stuff. So, and I was barely getting back on my feet from that. And I'm like, fuck, like, I don't want to do that. And so at first I was kind of like down for it. And I was like, I guess it could work. Like, what else am I going to do? You know, like I was scared. And so I kind of agreed to it. And then, you know, like I went through this period of like, fuck, like, am I ready for this? Do I want to do this? Like, it was the apartment was upstairs and then the little office space was downstairs, but it was just like a straight up like carpeted blank office that would have needed been completely like redone into a salon. So that's obviously going to cost a lot of money, flooring, plumbing, all that stuff. So I would literally was just like crying every day, and my parents were like, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, you know, like don't feel like you're pressured like to do anything that you don't want to do. And I was like, fuck, like I don't want to do it. So I told her like, you know what, I'm not ready. And she's like, oh, well, I already went and seen it, and my dad, you know, I took my dad to see it and blah, 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 and this and that, and my dad already contacted an electrician, just like bullshit like that. And instead of just being understanding of like, it's okay, friend, you know, like don't worry about it. It's, you know, so she just was like a bitch about it and spoiled. If we want to talk about entitled brats, that's the fucking poster child. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Like, and she was living with me at the time at my parents' house. Shit. Yeah, she was like renting that spare room. So she ended up like, we just stopped being friends. She got her shit. She moved out, and yeah, I haven't talked to her since.
Damn.
Yeah. So then I ended up at Alexander's salon because I was just looking for a place to work like quick because it was just so sudden. They gave us like 2 weeks to move out. And I'm like, well, fuck, I need somewhere to take my clients. I have appointments scheduled, you know? So somebody had told me about that salon, and I went and talked to the owner, and the rent was like dirt cheap. And did you ever go to Alexander's while I was there?
Yeah.
The gigantic fucking warehouse of hair. It's like a 60-chair salon. Yeah. It's a huge fucking warehouse. They have like a cafe in there and all kinds of other shit. It's pretty insane. But the rent was super cheap, and she was giving me like 2 months for half off even, and I was like, and it was like right down the street from where we were at. So I ended up there, and I ended up there for 2 years, and then COVID happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then we shut down. All salons got shut down for a while. So that was what, like March 2020, and then at the end of May they allowed us to open back up, but with like really specific guidelines. And that owner was like not following any of the guidelines at all. And people were getting sick every other week, and they couldn't tell us who or even if we were near them. And nobody was distancing. People weren't wearing masks. Like,
were you like freaking out?
Yeah, I was like, so I ended up fucking quitting. I told the owner, like, I was sending her screenshots of like all the guidelines from the state and from the Board of Barbering and Cosmetology, and she just kept coming up with like, oh, it doesn't apply to us because we're a big space. And I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, you weren't supposed to bring extra people with you to your appointments. Your stations had to be 6 feet apart. No reusing capes on client, like just all kinds of stuff. And then some of it is stuff that you should be doing anyway. Yeah. And people weren't doing any of it. And she's like, I was like, there's girls 2 seats down from me that aren't wearing masks. Their clients aren't wearing masks. They've got kids and husbands with them. Like, oh, well, we're a big space and it doesn't apply to us. And, oh, we have to try and make everybody happy. And so I'm like, okay, obviously she can't be fucking reasoned with. So I put her on blast on Instagram, and then I quit. I posted all the screenshots, and they were like, they were like, I guess there was a girl that I was friends with that still works there, I believe, to this day. Her name was Ari, and she was like, they're like talking about getting lawyers involved if you don't stop. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, she said it. She shouldn't have said it. Yeah. I'm just posting a screenshot of what she said. Yeah. So that nothing ever came of that. But yeah, so then after I quit there, I was like, fuck, I need somewhere to work again. So I posted online if anybody knew about anything, and this girl that I followed online on Instagram, Celeste, was like, oh, I work at Sola over here where I'm at now. Yeah. And I think there's rooms open. So I came and looked at it, and the first room he showed me was the one that I'm in now, and I was like, I'll take it. Like, I need somewhere to work. So I signed the lease, and then I started moving my stuff in. So that was July of 2020. So it's been 3 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this is like your own little private studio?
Yeah, but just myself. Nobody else is in there this time. And yeah, and then I signed the lease, and then like I was moving my stuff in a few days later, and then they closed salons down again from July until like November. So it was like a long time where it just sat there and I wasn't working. And then finally when they opened back up, then I was able to work.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it's been smooth sailing since?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Why? Do you know something I don't know?
No. It's just... Well,
as far as I know.
I brought here today.
No, yeah, it's been good. I mean, the area is like not ideal. It's super close to home, so that's cool. Like I have a 4-minute commute.
What is it, in the ghetto or what?
Kinda.
by Best Buy.
Yeah, right by Best Buy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know where Burlington Coat Factory is? It's like
That
they
little
share
area?
Yeah.
Oh.
So there's like a lot of homeless people and stuff, and there was a guy that sat down in front of my window and started smoking crack. I have it on video.
That's what's up.
And yeah.
You're always running into like characters all the time.
So yeah. And then but like I've never had any
Incidents?
like crazy incidents. Nobody's
No.
ever like approached me or anything. And I like try to like, especially if I see women who are homeless, like I have those little like bags that I give out to people, so I'll like give them those. And yeah, but if somebody's like smoking crack, I'm not going to approach them. I don't want to interrupt.
Would you like to say anything about like rules that you have for clients, or like stuff you don't like that clients do sometimes?
How pissed do you get when you get a last minute cancellation?
No, I mean it's frustrating for sure. It happens, like if somebody's sick or extenuating circumstances, somebody died, whatever, your car broke
I've seen
down.
some, like you post like ones that are like super stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds
People
fucking
like
annoying.
People suck. For the most part, I have my regulars who keep me busy, but then if I have cancellations or open time, I'll take new clients, and most of the time it's like the new clients who I don't know, I guess don't know how I operate or don't but
sometimes, like from what I've read, like it just seems that people that don't necessarily know how to deal with that type of shit. Like, like have you never set an appointment for something before? Like, and I have like, now I tried to make it easy. My friend Nicole built my fucking website and everything's like super streamlined. You would think it seems very self-explanatory, but some people struggle with it. So I just have to be like as patient as I can. Yeah. And that's like, honestly, like one of the worst parts of the job is having to deal with people like that. Yeah. And I guess if I were in a big salon, then a receptionist would deal with it. So that's another part of just like being on my own, is that I have to be the one to deal with it.
How much free time do you have?
Well, I have a lot of free time. I only work 4 days a week.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I used to work 5, but I'm like, I don't like this. I don't know. I feel like because one of my off days when I worked 5 days a week, had 2 days off, one of those days would be me going into the salon, cleaning, doing inventory, going to buy my supplies, washing towels, like doing all that shit. And I'm like, I'm not getting any like actual, I get 1 day off where I can just do nothing. And then if I do nothing all day, I feel like I wasted my time off and I didn't go out, I didn't see friends or whatever. So like, I just want to work 4 days. I would work 2 days a week if I could. I would not work if I could.
That's the goal.
Honest, yeah.
You taking sugar daddy applications?
Always. Some random guy just sent me $20 the other day for coffee.
Yeah? Just because?
Yeah. Well, he's like a weird fucking guy and just like was like replying to my DMs and like to my stories and then like commenting on my photo. So then he commented that I was like a goddess, and then my friend Ray was like, "Goddesses deserve money," and put my Venmo, and then he Venmoed me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to do, man.
Venmo, Mia Wallace 666.
I'll include it in the link in the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'll take money from whoever wants to give it to me.
Is that like, does that happen often? You get money randomly or no?
If I post my Venmo, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sometimes it'll be from friends, but sometimes it's like random dudes.
I'm gonna request money from you.
We were driving to, I think we were driving to Vegas, and we saw this car, and it was like somebody's birthday. You know how they write all over the windows and stuff, and they wrote somebody's Venmo, and Steve's like, I'm going to request it.
Man.
Yeah.
So you're liking it right now? At what is it?
Sola. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. My rent hasn't gone up in 3 years, so that's cool. I ideally would like a slightly bigger space because I feel like you've been in there. It's small, you know. It's just my chair, my shampoo bowl, you know. So ideally, I would like something bigger. We went the other day. Remember we looked at that?
Couldn't even look inside.
Yeah, I saw like a little unit for lease on LoopNet, and that I guess used to be like a barber shop, and so we went and like looked at it, but the windows were like mirrors, so you couldn't even see inside.
Like we put our faces and couldn't see shit.
And I emailed them and asked if we could see pictures of the inside, and nobody's emailed me back, so fuck them. Also, it's just kind of in a little strip mall, and I don't know. Ideally, like I would like something that's kind of a little standalone place that's kind of off the beaten path. Does that sound gay?
Where? That sound gay?
Like in Riverside.
Yeah.
In Riverside, yeah. I don't want to go back to Corona. For some reason, like when I started doing hair, I just worked in Corona, and so I stayed out there. But yeah, I don't want to work too far from home again.
And what kind of services do you do?
Hair, makeup.
What's your favorite thing to do that you just never get sick of?
Like, you know, different colored hair, rainbow hair, vivid hair. Yeah.
So the neon colors?
Yeah, anything like that. It's always fun. It's always like a challenge. So problem solving. Yeah.
Have you ever fucked up anyone's hair?
Yeah.
Recently?
No.
Dang.
Birdie's hair. Remember when he let me bleach his hair and dye it yellow just because he wanted to hang out with me? And he paid me to do it? I've had guys, like, they come get their hair done because they want to hang out with me.
Damn.
Yeah, like guys who would never get anything done to their hair otherwise, like, and, you know, after they realize I'm not going to fuck them, then they, like, kind of stop coming, but, yeah.
And it's funny because, like, one of my coworkers had asked me where I get my haircuts. So, oh, who's your barber? And I was like, oh, it's my friend Mia. She has, like, a salon. So, you go to a salon? I'm like, yeah. It's like, why is that like a thing? Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's the whole like beauty industry is so fucking like gendered and like it's segregated, like race, like it's fucked up. It really is. I do everybody. I don't give a fuck. Pay me the money. I'll do your hair.
How much did you charge me to cut my facial hair?
I don't want to touch it.
So I'm trying to hang out.
I'd rather not. No, you do need a trim though on your head hair.
Yeah, you were telling me the other day, like, to kind of keep it healthy.
Yeah.
Can you tell if I have split ends right now?
From here in this very dim lighting across the table, no,
yes.
I can't. I have fucking like Terminator vision.
If I let you dye my hair any color, what color would you do it?
I don't know. I could see like a green. I can see a green on you.
Dang.
Damn, we get
Facial
offended by
hair too?
everything?
Yeah. I'll cut you little baby bangs.
Hell yeah.
A little septum piercing for you. You look cute, dude.
Well, I told you, right? I want to get my nose pierced.
Yeah.
What side? I still can't decide what side.
What side did Tupac have?
I don't know.
There you go. That's your answer, dude.
Whatever Tupac had, get the other side. I don't know why I always think of him. Like when I think of male nose piercings, I always think of Tupac.
His is a pretty popular one.
Yeah.
Who else? Like
I don't know.
Famous as a.
Like a nostril piercing. I don't know.
Sometimes I forget that Stone Cold had his left ear pierced.
Which one's the gay ear?
I don't
supposedly.
know. The gay ear. I don't know.
That was a thing. Like back in the day, like there was a gay ear.
I don't know.
Interesting. My dad has his ears pierced, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. He used to make earrings out of a comb that you comb your hair with. I guess they did it in jail. Like you melt one of the little teeth on the comb and stretch it out, and then you can like put it through your ear hole because they wouldn't let you have earrings in jail. And then you like melt it in, and it kind of makes like a little plug, I guess, like where it doesn't come out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did he get his ears pierced like that, or?
Yeah. Well, they don't pierce it. They just make the earring. Well, I don't know what else they're doing in jail. I don't know if the technology has like gotten
you ever been
better.
to jail?
No.
Why not?
That's like one of my biggest fears. I wouldn't
Really?
know. Yeah.
Have you ever been pulled over?
Yeah.
For what?
Speeding.
Damn.
Yeah. And then also one time not stopping at a stop sign. Lindsay was with me that time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We had pizza. We just picked up pizza. I was like trying to get home to eat the pizza, so I didn't stop all the way. And then the cop pulled me over. And I don't remember what we were listening to, but the radio was on, and I didn't turn it down. And the cop came to the window, and he's like trying to talk to me, and the radio was still at full blast. And Lindsay's like, "Turn down the radio." I didn't even like realize. I'm just like, "Fuck, get me out of here." Yeah, and then the other time was for speeding. And those are the only two times I could think of.
All right, final question. How often do you get crazy DMs? Just random DMs from guys?
Not that often. It's not like necessarily crazy. It's some guy last night, but he's been like, we went to high school together, and so he's like always replying like ridiculous stuff to my pictures and stuff. But as far as like random guys, they try and slide in by just like replying to my story laughing. Like,
is that like the common one?
Yeah,
like
that's
the laughing
the
emoji
laughing
one?
like I know I'm fucking hilarious. I post hilarious content for everybody. So I don't know. Yeah, that's like the main thing. Or hard eyes on a fucking.
Because me and you have talked about it before, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because Eddie and myself had planned
crazy
to
DMs
each other.
to girls.
No, to each other.
Oh, okay.
We had planned on doing an episode on doing like crazy DM because he's received some pretty wild ones too himself. Yeah,
From dudes.
Fidel. Mostly Fidel.
and we were gonna do it with, and I have to call them out, Sydney and Ariana.
Okay.
And every time we try to plan it, it never comes through. So I was like, you know what?
Do
Fuck
not
it.
talk about my friends that way, Fidel.
They're not listening. Like, who cares?
They might listen because it's me.
Maybe. Oh, that's
I love
true.
you,
That's
Sydney.
true.
I love you, Ariana. I love you, Ruby.
We'll see if they
We'll
listen
see.
to
Yeah,
this.
we'll see. I'm not gonna tell them. Like, we'll see. But yeah, we're like for the longest, almost like what, a year and a half now. Like,
I probably 2, dude.
really?
It's been a
Yeah.
while.
I'll start screenshotting and make a folder when I get something that's off the wall.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, and I told him, I was like, you know what? Because we wanted to have like a female perspective because obviously like that's the most common person to like get just out of pocket shit. So that's why I wanted to ask you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it happens from time to time, but like...
I like the ones where they'll send somebody something, and if they leave it on red or whatever, they get pissed off, so they'll resend something and just super harsh and like
Yeah.
rude and like.
Or I've gotten like the guys that are like trying to hit on me, and then I'm like, I don't know, my normal rude self to them, and they're like, "Oh, you're fat anyway, bitch." Like,
Yeah.
like I was fat when you hit on me the first time. I haven't changed.
It's mind blowing. Like
It's so crazy to read stuff like that because stuff like that, like, oh, you're ugly anyway. And you're like,
Yeah.
what the then why are you in here? Like, what the fuck?
Men. It's men. It's always men.
my theory is that guys do get it, but they're too, I don't know, manly
get it-
to. I've gotten a few.
Because you post those pictures in the fucking hoochie shorts.
Oh yeah, don't talk shit
What
about
do
my
you-
thirst
Thir-
traps.
thirst traps, homie.
What do you expect?
The hoochie daddy shorts.
And it's not even to those either. That's mostly just guys. Like, hey, what's up, daddy? But
Hey, shut up, dude.
no, but I've had like guys have told me like, oh, you know that like I got this and that, and they'll get the whole like, oh, you're probably fucking gay or something like that.
Oh, when you don't I guess react the way they want you to react.
Yeah, when you don't, bite the hook.
Yeah.
When they're trying to fish you out. Yeah.
So, oh, you're not interested in me? You must be gay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think that's also because guys are pigs and like they're just used to like throwing a picture, an ass picture, and they're like, oh yeah, like of course they're gonna fall for this. And you get that one guy that doesn't, and they're just like, oh, he's gay. There's no way he wouldn't want me, you know. But yeah,
I've never pursued a man.
Me
I've
chase a
never-
man?
Yeah, like what? I can't imagine.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
I've never
know.
pursued a man either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
man.
Have you ever kissed a guy?
Did you like it?
I've kissed 2 guys.
Have I?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I've like kissed Brandon and like maybe Josh. I don't
You're
know.
pretty sure.
Val, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe or probably.
Probably. Most likely.
Certainly.
100%
Yeah.
certain.
I remember I kissed Jose because he was acting really gay around me. And I was like, dude, you better quit it, man. You're going to make me do something I'm going to regret. And he was all like, no, you won't. No, you won't. So I kissed him on the lips. And he's like, what the fuck?
Did I giggle? What was that, dude?
I had a cough. And I suppressed it.
But I was like,
Oh, God. Well, it's been real, guys. How much am I getting paid for this?
Eddie, pay the woman.
do you have a...
We'll have
Do you accept checks?
Do you want to give any like special shout outs to anybody?
I don't think anybody's listening. I don't even listen.
Damn.
No, every time I try to listen, Birdie says something to piss me off. I listened to the Father's Day one all the way through. I did listen to that. That's the only episode that I've listened to in its entirety. The other 2 times I tried to listen, Birdie pisses me off, and I shut it off. I'm like, fuck this fucking guy.
That's
I cannot.
99% of the audience.
Yeah.
The household.
Do you guys like know how many listeners you have? Is that something that you?
Yeah, no, yeah, I checked the stats.
Okay.
What's the average?
The average is it's like a steady 100.
Okay.
Like, and then a lot of them are like out of the country, but I think it's just people using VPNs, maybe.
Interesting.
So, like, who the fuck is
like
listening
North
to us?
Korea
Yeah,
and shit.
like who's the fuck is listening to us in Norway?
How would they find out? Yeah.
Because we're popular. We got recognized.
Yeah,
I heard
we made
about
it.
that.
We made it.
We made it.
Well, what's interesting is you guys don't show yourselves really.
And
Well,
some of the pictures,
Kind of now because of him, but
like some of the pictures, like the edits for the episodes.
Yeah.
Some of them I'll include pictures of us, but
The one you made for mine is cool. I like it.
all I did was just add the lettering because like the photo is just the original photo. I didn't do
Yeah.
any edits to it, but I wanted to get the lettering to match kind of like
The neon.
the neon. Yeah. So I was like fucking around with the different fonts, and I found that one. I was like, okay, that one looks cool.
Yeah. I approve. I approve of it.
so ideally, if it was, I don't know, I guess your way, what would be like your dream job, I guess, or your position you're in, as far as like having your own spot, like if money wasn't the issue, like location wise, or just what type of
If
spot it would
money
be?
wasn't an issue, I would probably not be in Riverside. I would be somewhere like, I don't know, really pretty.
Riverside's pretty.
Marina Valley.
It can't.
Hemet, Waldemar.
Yeah, no, I don't even know where. Like, not necessarily by the beach. I mean, I would love to just live in New Orleans if money wasn't an issue.
New Orleans.
I would-
I've heard it's amazing over there.
yeah, it's really cool.
We've gone a few times, huh?
Yeah, so I would like have a spot there and have my own little small studio. Maybe like
You want to
this-
keep it kind of.
Yeah, like the size of like this living room would be cool. Yeah,
Just you?
my own. Yeah, my own space. I can just like like it is now. I can watch whatever I want, listen to whatever I want, decorate how I want. Yeah.
Would you
and
ever
then-
want to? So you'd want to just be on your own?
Yeah, and if I did have somebody, maybe just like a separate room where they did facials
Something
and
completely
eyelashes.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
waxing, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that would be. I definitely don't ever want to work with anybody. I don't want to be anybody's boss. I don't want to own a big salon and be in charge of a bunch of people, have to
Seems
rely
stressful.
on people. Yeah, people don't show up to work. People leave it a mess. People are flaky.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have to deal with people. I like the clients that I have, my regulars that have been coming to me for like 10 years, I feel like are closer to me than a lot of my family. I see them more often than I see a lot of my family, and it just is like, I don't know, like therapeutic going into work, seeing my friends and talking to them, But then again, at the end of the day, it's like they're clients, and, if they move away, rarely do they kind of keep in touch. I have a couple clients that moved away that still follow me on Instagram and kind of keep in touch a little bit on there. But yeah, or the day comes where they can't afford your services anymore. They don't really keep in touch. At the end of the day, I am a service provider. So, yeah, but I like my job.
Do you have any words of wisdom for anybody trying to kind of do their own thing too? Operate on their own?
I would recommend it. I would definitely would. It's just an easier, I don't know, way of life, not having to have rules, making your own rules. I don't have a dress code. I wear whatever the fuck I want. If I'm sick, there's ups and downs, obviously certain things are kind of harder. If I am sick, then I have to contact all my clients and be like, hey guys, I'm sick. I need to reschedule. And then I have to reschedule everybody. But, it's worth it for not having to listen to like an idiot boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie.
So.
That it?
Yeah, that's about it.
That's all you got?
You have contributed almost nothing to this episode, Eddie.
What's your favorite color? How much coffee do you drink?
A lot. I go through a lot of pods. Put my Venmo so people can send me money for Nespresso pods, because that's really what I spend my money on.
Because I feel like you're like 90% coffee.
No, I do drink.
You are drinking coffee almost every time I see you.
Yeah.
It's like hard to picture her without a coffee in her hand.
I drink coffee like every day almost. Yeah. Damn. And my Nespresso that I got from Costco is like the best $200 I ever spent. I use it every day at work.
Have you ever wanted to like get like an espresso machine and start like...
Did you just say xXxpresso?
xXxpresso?
You fucking uncultured swine.
I'm not a coffee drinker.
Espresso.
Espresso, homie.
Espresso.
Where's the X at?
xXxpresso.
I
I'm
didn't
sure
catch
that
it.
I have to like emphasize the X.
Oh, he has to include the X.
Yeah.
Let me take a sip of my coffee. Yeah, no. Like a fancy espresso machine, maybe, but those shits are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
They're like thousands of dollars.
You're a
I mean,
coffee
they
drinker,
range.
though.
They range.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, I like to go get coffee from places. I like to go to all the small little places around town. Twee Coffee, Daily Brew. Now we just went to Rad Coffee. You guys know that, but they don't. Everybody out there that's listening.
Oh yeah, any
Coffee,
Riverside folk, Rad Coffee opened up right here by Plant Power, by my house. If you know where I live, Google it.
Nobody
I don't care.
knows.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah,
Downtown Riverside, Rad Coffee in downtown Riverside now. So
yeah.
went to a coffee place and I got lemonade.
He copied me.
Fuck you.
How was it? Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was really sweet though.
Yeah, it's too
Mine
sweet.
was like a little intense. It's such a huge size, and I wish I would have remembered to ask for oat milk. I don't know. I just blanked. It's not bad, but like Anna was saying, I thought there was going to be a lot more ice.
Yeah.
And then there wasn't that much ice. So just a shit ton of coffee.
Pretty strong.
And then because I didn't wake up till 3 p.m. today,
That's what's up.
I'm going to be up till probably like fucking 6 a.m. now. What are you doing after this?
Oh, probably editing.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So what do you do after you guys are done? You just leave?
Fuck yeah, I don't want to chill with him.
No, he's like, hey, you want to
Oh,
hang
I
out?
want to watch fucking a Serbian film or whatever.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't.
gas.
That's what I've never seen it.
We're
Do
gonna
you
have to
watch
do.
Righteous Gemstones?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so that the episode, the Cousins Night one that just passed, did you watch it?
Oh, I'm not up to date with it.
Oh, then shut up. Then no, you don't. I'm like, what do you watch it? Yeah, I do.
I've seen it.
Okay, well, anyways, they used, I guess, the song from that movie in one of the scenes. And I didn't know, but I was like, I watched, the scene was hilarious, and then HBO posted it, so I reposted it on my story, but I was looking at the comments, and I saw somebody say, like, oh, that's funny that they used the song from a Serbian film. And
Oh, I
then
wonder what song.
Eddie replied,
Probably the popular
the
one.
one that you
theme,
just
yeah.
posted.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And he's doing like a fire dance.
It's
Yeah.
funny
So
because
tight.
all I think about is the baby getting fucked. And
That's all you think about
it's
ever.
Like, with or without the song. But it's like
That's
that
the song when the baby's getting fucked?
No, but it's
Oh.
like that song is just like engraved in my head with those fucking horrible scenes. So it's like everyone uses that song for like random videos. But it's like
I
anyone
would have
who's seen
never
that
guessed
movie.
that it was from that movie. Like
Yeah. Well, anyone who's seen that movie, they would automatically know. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah.
So when do you want to watch it?
Let's watch it tonight.
I'm not down. We should have another movie.
Well, I'm not going home now, so what are we gonna fucking do after this shit?
I'd have to
I
bring
gotta
it.
edit this.
How long does that take?
Probably like an hour or something.
Oh my god! What are you doing later after that? I'll just hang out. Me and Eddie will hang out. Let's go get ramen.
Fidel does not want to chill.
Okay. Full honesty, I am very tired.
Nobody cares.
I'm very tired. My ankle hurts.
You're not. Oh my god! Fidel went to a fucking teenage house show last night with a bunch of kids. He's a fucking old
He
ass
needs a
man.
week to recover.
I am, dude.
And he's tired because he stood up all day.
Yeah.
I stand all day.
Yeah. Me too.
And then I sleep till 3 p.m.
All
All right, I'm over this shit. End it.
Any last fuck yous to anybody?
Just you guys. Birdie. Birdie mainly. I hope he listens to this shit. Fuck you, Birdie.
All right, I'll have their Venmo link in the description so people could buy you that espresso machine.
Yeah.
XXxpresso.
The pods, not the machine.
But the machine also.
Okay, yeah.
The espresso machine also. What's it called? I don't care. Every other link will be in the bio too. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Mia, for being mean to us on this episode.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Fuck you, Birdie.